Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with your Hollywoke hot take in the final video of this evening. Whew, it was a tough day to make videos. Tough day. Not a lot of stuff going on. Not a lot of news. I tried to make a couple of videos. Didn't really go the way I thought. I was going to do a Joe Biden sketch, but just kind of not up for it. It's one of those Sundays. It's too close to the holidays. I don't want to do S. Anyhow, let's check in with Hollywood. What's going on? Box office. Wonder Woman 1984 opens to woeful 18.8 million in China for a 38.5 million foreign start. That is low. That is low for a movie like this. And that it was low in China. Oofa. A lot of these studios really depend upon China, and they love the movies, but I guess they don't love this movie. Probably because maybe it doesn't resonate with a Chinese audience. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of 1984, 80s American references that they're probably not, it's probably not as hitting home for them. That would be my guess. I haven't seen the movie yet. It looks good. I heard the first one's really good. I still haven't seen it. I know. But in variety news, Saturday Night Live's Alex Moffat takes over role of Joe Biden from Jim Carrey. Is this actual entertainment news? I mean, is this what entertainment news is now? Is this how important Saturday Night Live is? Saturday Night Live used to be so subversive, and now it's the complete opposite. It couldn't be more establishment if it tried. I mean, you guys literally should just change SNL to DNC. I mean, it's just sad. But, you're going to create probably the conservative version of SNL. It's kind of already happened with the Babylon Bee and the Onion, right? So, like the Babylon Bee, they're knocking it out of the park every other day. I just saw one, and they don't have any problems making fun of everybody. They have a picture of Trump writing a letter with a quill, and it's like Trump asked Santa to overturn the election. I mean, that's funny. That is funny. This is just, Jesus, man. How many times are you going to do this? How many times are we going to see you guys do this stuff? And who the hell does this resonate with at this point? I mean, I can't imagine my young nephews and cousins and nieces who don't watch the news hardly at all. If they do, they catch it on their phone. I can't see them, clicking with this. I just can't. It's just old. It just feels old to me. And I remember watching this show back in the 70s. So, but okay. Keep doing that shtick, I guess, as long as it's getting you ratings. And other celebrities who should probably just stay out of politics. Elizabeth Banks says stand your ground laws are BS that grant you permission to kill people. Not really, Elizabeth Banks. I mean, look, I gotta imagine that most of the people who virtue signal about gun laws like this, they've never really feared for their life. Or they're under this misguided impression that because they get scared and maybe have to pull out a weapon to defend themselves, that it'll be okay for them. It's kind of like Gavin Newsom going to the French Laundry. Oh yeah, I messed up, but, I kind of thought it was okay for me. So, just, I don't know why she would make comments like this. It's probably taken out of context. A lot of things are with celebrities. But Elizabeth Banks have I think her career's kind of in a slide, would be my guess. I mean, Charlie's Angel, hoofa. That woke piece of nonsense really, that would flag me. flag her, I would think, as someone, oh, we can't let her direct another big movie. No, 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 no. Maybe they'll give her a small movie, something small to do, but plus, Hollywood's very unfair to actresses. They've always have been. Once you get older, and she's getting up there, she's at the point where she's going to be playing hot young moms, as opposed to the lead love interest. She'll probably transition over to the Hallmark Channel and start doing those, wife in trouble movies kind of thing. That's kind of where it heads for a lot of the older actresses. I mean, that's just reality. They want young, hot girls. And if you don't have a young, hot girl as your female lead, people kind of tune out. I mean, but, the upshot is you make a lot of money early on, So there's, everybody has advantages and disadvantages. Comedian Eddie Izzard receives wave of support for using she, her pronouns. Stunningly brave. Stunning and brave. I mean, seriously? This is what they're covering now? I'm gender fluid. I just wanted to be based in girl mode from now on, Izzard said on Sky Art's program, Portrait Artist of the Year. Yeah, I mean, that was his shtick, right? He was I think he was billed as a transvestite comedian. I think initially that was his shtick. Then he started getting acting roles, and he was various things. I don't think this is anything other than attention getting. I really do. I think this is totally fake. I think Eddie just thought it would be a good idea, and it worked for him, and good for him on his career. But I think when it comes to Eddie, this is all BS. I totally don't believe it. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I just think he's being a show business guy. I think just like people change their names, they could change this. Why wouldn't they? If it'll get you more money and attention. Hey, I'm non-binary. Hire me for screenwriting. There you go. And then you could say, oh, non-binary. Yeah. Oh, I'll sign the paperwork. Whatever you need me to say. But California in general is going down the tubes. So many Californians fleeing the state may lose House seat and electoral vote. Oh, be great. Yeah, I mean, everybody's leaving California. The taxes are too high. The regulations are out of control. It's all run by Democrats, and they're running it into the ground. They've opened the floodgates on their borders. You're basically, paying taxes. I mean, I don't even want to pay taxes for the local children that go to school. I can't imagine what it's like to pay taxes for, foreigners to come here and go to school. I wouldn't want to pay for that either. I mean, it's just bad. But that's where the state's going. Congratulations, Democrats. You turned it into a socialist hellhole that everybody's fleeing from. I used to dream about moving to California back in the 80s. I'm like, oh, that would be so great. And, I could be in LA and make movies and stuff. And now I just go, oh, thank God I never got it together to make that move. And California's being sued over the 1 gun a month purchase limit. That's how it's going in California. I mean, that's how it's going. Yeah, the locals are leaving, and the ones that are saying, I don't have enough guns to live here. I need more guns. I need more influx of guns. I need to arm myself on a bi-monthly basis in order to survive. I mean, the whole place is just falling apart. So, I don't think this is going to fix the state. What would fix the state is a lot of different things. Number one, they'd have to get rid of about half their Democrats, just because they've been Democrat too long. They need another party just to make the Democrats act normal. Number two, they got to roll back the taxes, and they will. I mean, look, Democrats are just like any other politician. When they see the writing on the wall, oh, suddenly, you know what? Don't pay any of that. Yeah, it happened here, right? I mean, when they'll lift the rules whenever they need to. When it gets so bad, they just lift the rules. And then you got to wonder, why did we have these rules to begin with? So, on top of that, they're trying to make movies there, I guess. I mean, I don't know why anybody would shoot a movie in LA unless unless it's a big movie and you're using, I guess, the lot. But even that now must be a nightmare. I mean, all the pay that you got to dole out for the union workers, and all the regulations in LA and California. I don't know why. I mean, there was chatter for a while that they were going to build a huge facility here in New Jersey. I was a bit on the fence about it. On the one hand, I was like, "Ooh, this could be good for me." On the other hand, I was like, "Man, they would decimate a lot of the pines here." In the end, they decided not to do it because the weather. It hits wintertime. How are you going to shoot your beach movie? They could always fake snow in the dead of winter, but it's hard to fake. Or it's hard to, you can't fake the summer in the dead of winter. It's just too cold. You have to, But I think we're reaching the point where, to shoot The Mandalorian, they have, I read an article about it. They have a studio, you can turn the camera 360 degrees. And so it's like a green screen all the way around the character. So you could have these sweeping shots of these vast vistas, but they're in the soundstage where everything's under their control. So I think we're headed towards that. And once we reach that point, then you could build your studio, build it in Montana. Why not? Build a vast complex in Montana. The land's cheap. I'm sure the taxes are nothing. And if it's all inside, you don't have to go outside for anything. You can go outside once in a while to shoot, stuff that looks real in Montana, but you go on like location or whatever. But for the most part, you could shoot inside. I say Hollywood's got to get out of California, and maybe someday they will. And if not, I think the movie industry will be leaving California, even if Hollywood doesn't. Maybe Hollywood will just be, the place to go to Hollywood-type museums and, go back for the Oscars and, some of the traditional stuff. But to actually make movies, it'll be anywhere else because of the way the Democrats run their state. Sad, really. And if you want to read about it, I suggest my new book, Hollywoke, a novel. It's about how Hollywood's going very, very woke. It's a satire, a sequel to Wokistan. So if you haven't read Wokistan, read that too. I designed the cover. I designed that cool back. Oh, look at that. And of course, check out the Pineys, books 1 through 5. Somebody bought all 5 books the other day. Thank you so much. Support the channel. Support me and Joan so Joan can get more treats. That's it for tonight. We will see you tomorrow. And it's going to be a crazy week because time to get ready for the holidays.